Hey YouTube, I'm Motion, and with the launch of Bloodhunt just around the corner, I thought I'd do a quick ability guide for the different archetypes in the game. I'll be covering the basics on how the abilities work and showing some useful situations to use them in. So this video is more aimed towards the beginners and new players, but I'll be doing more in-depth guides after launch for the more experienced players, so make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss those. As always, if you find the video useful or just want to make me smile, please hit the like button or comment something nice below. So what are archetypes and how do the abilities work? Well, Archetypes defines the playable vampires in Bloodhunt, similar to legends in Apex or heroes in other games. Each archetype has 3 abilities. A clan ability, which is shared with all archetypes in the same clan, an archetype-specific ability, and a passive ability, which requires no activation. The clan ability is set to Q or left bumper, and the archetype ability to E or right bumper by default. These powers are dictated by which clan the archetype belongs to. The 4 clans available in Bloodhunt for Season 1 are Brujah, Nosferatu, Toreador, and Ventrue, with the Ventrue being the latest addition. These clans all belong to the Vampire the Masquerade universe and have lore or traditions tied to them. You don't need to know the lore to understand the abilities, but it all ties into the story behind the Battle Royale if you're into that kind of thing, but I'll be focusing on the gameplay side of things. I have already gone and customized my archetypes, but these are just cosmetics and don't change anything gameplay related, so don't worry if yours look different. Jumping into the Brujah clan and their shared ability Soaring Leap. This one is fairly simple to explain. Pop the ability to perform a giant leap in the direction you are facing. This can be done from on the ground or in the air, and can be useful to either clear obstacles like cars or tents, or help you traverse from one rooftop to another. This is by far the fastest way of moving around Prague, but you'll be an easy target in the air, so be careful if you're using this near enemies. The first Brute ability is his passive True Grit, which is basically a passive heal. The ability is one of the fastest ways to heal in the game at 10 hit points per second, but it is limited healing you up to 100 hit points, and you have to have not taken damage for a few seconds before it will kick in. If you take any damage while healing, however, it will stop the ability and reset the timer. You will need to wait another 3 seconds for it to start again, so playing with cover is really important mid-fight. Pairing this ability with a blood bag will quickly get you to the full 200 health. Brute's archetype power is the Shockwave Punch, and acts as a massive shield of air by blocking incoming bullets and flying forwards, dealing 22 damage to any enemies in its path and pushing them back a little. This ability is extremely versatile and can be used in both offensive situations to engage a fight or defensive to block incoming damage. The Shockwave will fly quite far in a straight line, but will stop if it's sent to hit something, so aiming it slightly to the side of an object can help it go significantly further. Moving on to the other archetype in the Brujah clan, Vandal, and their passive ability Adrenaline Rush, which will reduce incoming damage by 10% when you are within 10 meters of an enemy. This is mainly useful for getting up close and personal with your target, and will light up red when it is active. This can give you the edge in some fights, and will be a great boost to melee combat, but SMGs and shotguns are also good options. Vandal's archetype power is the Earth Shock, and is a high-speed slam, causing damage and a stun to anyone within the area of effect. The damage dealt will depend on the vertical distance travelled while using the ability, and go from 22 at ground level up to a maximum of 60, which is about 4 stories or so. Using the leap can help you gain some extra height, but isn't generally needed if your target is in range. You can also slam into walls for extra traversal options, or to hit a climbing enemy. Moving on to the Nosferatu clan, who share the Vanish ability. Using this ability will have you disappear with a burst of smoke, allowing you to move freely with increased movement speed for just over a second. You are able to reload and swap weapons while using the ability, so this is a great way to reposition and reset the fight. Just be aware that your movement will make some sound, so players are still able to gauge your rough position. Saboteur is our first Nosferatu archetype, and their passive ability Unseen Passage allows you to go almost completely invisible while crouching. This cloak will activate 2 seconds after you crouch, and you will remain hidden until you stand up, shoot, heal, or use your other abilities. You are fairly well hidden with the cloak, but you can be spotted by the entity if you get too close, and players with a good eye will be able to pick you off even at a distance. Saboteur's archetype ability is the Sewer Bomb. Use this to throw out a bomb which will explode with toxic gas if enemies enter the trigger radius, or if a bomb is shot. The bomb will do an instant 25 damage when it explodes, and another 25 damage per second on top to all enemies who enter the gas. This can be a great tool to use in closed areas with little verticality or escape options. You can only have a maximum 3 active bombs at once, and placing a 4th will destroy the first place bomb. Prowler is the other archetype in the Nosferatu clan, and their passive ability Sense the Beast allows you to track weak enemies who leave a blood trail that leads you to the position. The ability will give you 60 meters of trail before it starts to disappear, which is plenty to find your prey, even if they have a head start. This ability considers weak players as anyone who has less than 100 hit points, so Brute's passive and other healing items can stop the trail from being left behind. Prowler's Archetype ability, Scouting Famulus, shoots out some bats who will scout the area and reveal any enemies within a 9-meter radius. The bats will fly in a straight line to where you aimed and will stop when they either hit a solid surface or after traveling 100 meters. The revealed enemies will be highlighted to you and your team, and you'll be able to see them through walls. Players will remain revealed for a second after leaving the bat radius. The bats will disappear after 45 seconds, or if you get too far away from them, but the distance is quite far, at around 130 meters. Moving on to the Toreador clan and their shared ability, Projection Dash, where using the ability a first time will shoot out a projection to which you can teleport up to 12 seconds later. While the projection can't be thrown out very far, it is very versatile and can be used to boost you forwards or upwards to push enemies, or as a safety net to teleport back to if you get into trouble. Siren's passive ability allows you to naturally charm nearby mortals, meaning that they are faster to feed on for both you and your team, and won't trigger a Bloodhunt if you break the Masquerade nearby. This effect does not apply if you kill them. To charm a mortal, you only need to be within the required radius, and they'll be marked with a white glow around their head. The Archetype ability for Siren is Blinding Beauty, where you slowly erupt into a bright light that blinds all enemies within a 10-meter radius, and causing 20 damage. Flashed enemies will be highlighted by a white ring around the head. This ability has a long build-up time, but you are able to teleport to a previously placed projection during the build-up period, giving the enemy very little time to react. Beware that this powerful move will have both of your abilities on cooldown in case you miss. Muse's Final Act is one of the most powerful passive abilities in the game. It will activate when you are downed, resetting both of your ability cooldowns, and allowing you to use them while in a down state. This combined with the Projection Dash makes Muse a great survivalist and is often the last player to get finished on a team, thanks to the great escape possibilities. Activating Muse's Archetype ability, Rejuvenating Voice, will heal you and any allies in a radius of 10 meters. The ability will heal for 40 health on activation, and then another 10 hit points per second, up to 200 maximum. The healing effect will also generate a radius around Muse's projection, so you can heal allies from a distance, but taking any damage or teleporting to your projection will cause the ability to stop. The ability makes a distinct noise while active and lights up a nearby healing radius, so beware that enemies will easily be able to pinpoint your location. Our final clan and archetype for Season 1 is the Enforcer from the Ventrue clan. The clan ability Flesh of Marble turns your skin into marble and blocks all incoming damage. You're able to freely move around, reload, and even heal while in the marble state, but using any offensive actions will instantly stop the ability. This is one of the best abilities for survivability, but comes with the longest cooldown. The Enforcer's passive ability, Subjugating Presence, will slow the movement speed of nearby enemies. An audio cue will be played to both the Enforcer and the enemy to let them know that they are within the active radius, so not even that bush will save you. The ability will light up when someone is within range, and a red icon will be displayed above the enemy's hit points to indicate that they have been slowed. The final ability for the Enforcer is the Archetype ability, Unyielding Charge. Activating it will have you dash forwards, dealing 25 damage and silencing all touch enemies' abilities for a few seconds. Silenced enemies will be highlighted by a white effect around their torso. The dash is a great way to close the distance between you and your target, or a way to prevent enemies from escaping your passive slow. And that wraps up all the archetype abilities in Bloodhunt Season 1. If you found the video useful, please hit the like button, and tell me what your favourite archetype is in the comments.